guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Brittany and this is my kitchen, and today we are going to bake a pumpkin bread. And for this fall, I figured we could do something to get ready for the holidays and just use pumpkin. So you're going to need a lot of ingredients. I have a whole bunch of ingredients here, but it's all usually stuff that you'll find in your kitchen. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to do the dry ingredients. You're going to need two separate bowls, dry ingredients in one. So you're going to do 3 cups of flour. There we go, get that out of the way. And then you're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of baking powder. One teaspoon of baking soda. And then you're going to use 4 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Now I didn't have any on hand, so I made my own. I can give you that recipe real quick if you want, just in case you need it. It's 1½ teaspoons ground cinnamon, ½ teaspoon nutmeg, ¼ teaspoon ground cloves, and a ½ teaspoon ground ginger. And then that make you a little batch. If you need more, then you of course continue or make more. So you're going to need 4 teaspoons of that. Having a hard time getting the last one. There's 4. And then you are going to mix that together. And then you're going to set that aside. I'm going to give it a good whisk to make sure everything's incorporated together. You don't want any chunks of baking soda or powder. I love fall time. I love baking during the fall. I love the smell in the kitchen. Especially seasonal items like this, because I don't bake with pumpkin unless it's fall. And I even wore a dark top to kind of match the theme for this video. Okay. So once everything is well incorporated together, you can set that aside. And then in a separate bowl, you're going to stir all the wet ingredients together. So you need I think it's 2 cups of canned pumpkin puree. 15 ounces is about 2 cups, so I'm just going to use a 15-ounce can. You're going to put that in your bowl. We're just off an ounce as far as the 2 cups goes. I don't think they'll make a huge difference. And my dog hears me messing with the can, and he's coming because he loves pumpkin puree. Okay. Then brown sugar. We're going to put brown sugar. That is 2/3 of a cup. 2/3 a cup. one. That's 2/3. My white sugar's over here. I'm going to use 2/3 of a cup of white sugar, granulated sugar. And then your oil. And I need my measurement for my oil. That's 1 cup of oil. Wait. Cup of oil. Your eggs. So I set aside 3 eggs. Ideally you want to do this before you start the recipe. You want them kind of like room temperature. But if not, it's not a huge deal. So we'll just put those in. There we go. I'll throw these out real quick. Okay, what am I up to? And then the vanilla. I'm going to put the vanilla. And the vanilla, you are going to use 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. I just splashed myself with water. It's a lot of vanilla, but nothing wrong with that. Okay. And then you are going to mix that all together. But I'm going to use my spoon for this. Use a spoon to start anyway. Try and combine some of this stuff. I think I'm going to switch over to my spatula in a second. And not my spatula, my whisk. Switch over to my whisk now. Smells so good. So on the side, I actually chopped up some pumpkin seeds that we removed from our pumpkins that we carved with the kids. And I had initially made them for a snack, but we had some left over, so I chopped those up and I put those aside because I'm going to make 1 loaf with the pumpkin seeds on top and then 1 loaf with chocolate chips. So that's optional if you want to do that. You don't have to, but I mean you can if you want. Okay, so now this is all well combined. Now we're going to mix the dry ingredients with the wet, and you're going to do that slowly. So I like to use a measuring cup and just kind of pour it in a little bit at a time. So you're not working with one big large amount of dry ingredients. It smells so good. I don't know if anybody else is like me, but I look forward to this time of year for the pumpkin desserts. I like pumpkin cookies, pumpkin pie. So I like the taste of pumpkin pie. I don't like the consistency of pumpkin pie. There's a catch-22 with that one because I can't really enjoy it if I don't like the consistency. Pumpkin, anything else, I love it just as much. So yes, I am that pumpkin spice girl when it comes around. I look forward to the coffees and everything else. Okay, add some more. I think I can actually add the rest now. Okay. Be perfect to even make for like Thanksgiving, or if you're like me and you like to bake in the fall and you want those fall desserts. It's a great way to incorporate pumpkin. I've always wanted to try making my own pumpkin puree and I have yet to do it. I wanted to do it this year and I never thought of doing it. Now my pumpkins are gone. Now it's getting thicker. Forgot to tell you what to set your oven at. I always do that. Set your oven for 350 degrees. Grease 2 smaller bread pans. So that's why I'm going to make one of each. I'm going to first pour half of the batter into that one without any chocolate chips in it. It literally smells like a pumpkin pie. It smells so good, but it's in bread form. So if you're a consistency person like I am, you like the taste, but you don't like the consistency, then you'll probably like this bread. Okay, so we're going to do number 1. We're going to make this off here. Kind of heavy. You pour half in this one, or about half. Kind of gotta eyeball it so you have enough for the other. Try not to make a huge mess like I just did. Actually, you know what? I think instead of incorporating the chocolate chips in the batter, I'm going to just put some on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this evenly, make life easier because I don't want to have too much for one and not enough for the other. Okay. Okay. You don't realize how heavy that bowl is until it's full of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to kind of like spread this out a little. There. Kind of flatten it out. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to take my pumpkin seeds and I'm going to sprinkle it on top of this one. Like I said, you can do it if you want. If you don't want, you can even omit the chocolate chips. The pumpkin chocolate chip is really good. I don't know if you've ever tried the combination together, but it makes a really good combination. So that's the pumpkin seed one, and then I'm going to do the other one, chocolate chip. I use dark chocolate chip. If you've watched any of my other videos, that's just what we like in this house. These are the regular size chocolate chips. You can use the minis. You can use milk chocolate if you like. Okay, so now I'm going to stick that in the oven. And we're going to bake for 50 to 55 minutes, but again, if you can, do the toothpick test because every oven is different. I'd say start checking about 50 minutes. You may require more time, you may require less time, but every oven is different. So I will be back once I'm done baking mine, and I will show you the finished product. Okay, so my timer just went off. I had initially set it for 50 minutes. I wanted to start with lower than overcooking. So I did the toothpick test and they are ready to come out, so I will take them out now. This is the chocolate chip one. And this is the one with the pumpkin seeds on top. So I'm gonna let them sit and cool for maybe a couple minutes, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so they've cooled a little bit for me to be able to touch it. So I'm gonna kind of flip these out of the pan. And there we go. Half of my sunflowers ended up on the counter. This one might burn a little. It's the chocolate chips. Let's see. I don't want to burn myself. There we go. And there are 2 pumpkin loaves of bread. My kids are gonna love this one, and I think my husband will love this one. My husband loves the nut kind of seedy kind of bread. Kids obviously love the chocolate. So I will give each a taste just for you. Cut into them. I got chocolate all over my hands now. I'm actually gonna get a bread knife. Hold on. Cut into this one. Smells so good. I wish you could smell my kitchen right now. I'll cut into this one. Obviously they're going to look the same on the inside because there's nothing in the middle, but this one's got the chocolate on the top and this one's got the seeds. It's still very hot. So good. It's actually really not like overpowering with pumpkin, which I prefer. Obviously I don't want to just feel like I'm eating pumpkin. I like when the taste of all the spices come through. Probably taste more after it cools because when it's hot they kind of don't come through as much. But it is very good. Yep. I suggest you make these. They're not hard. Very simple recipe to make. It's just more or less having the ingredients to do it. Most people have all these ingredients in their spice cabinet. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments or questions down below. I do my best to answer everybody's questions or whatever. And yeah, give my channel subscribe and come back for more videos. Thanks for watching, guys.